Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting into something you see more and more on dashboards, dash cams.
That's right.
And specifically, we're looking at the ROVV R2 4K dual dash cam. So front and rear recording.
Yep, the full picture.
Our mission here is really to cut through the specs and hype. We want to figure out what this thing actually does, from the tech inside to what drivers, like you were saying.
And we've got plenty to work with the detailed Amazon page, thousands of reviews.
Exactly. So you can expect some real practical insights, maybe even a few surprises about, like, how much peace of mind these cameras can offer. Okay, so let's start with the basics. What exactly is the ROVV R2 4K DUL?
Well, at its heart, it's a dual-channel system. That just means it's recording two streams at once, the road ahead and the view behind you.
Okay, two streams. The quality.
Pretty impressive, actually. The front camera is capturing in true 4K. That's 3840 by 2060 pixels at 30 frames per second.
Right, 4K. And the rear?
The rear is full HD, so 1920 by 1080p,
Yeah.
also at 30 frames per second, still very clear.
And what about how much they see? The field of view.
Yeah, that's important. It's got ultra-wide angles. You're looking at 150 degrees for the front camera.
150, okay.
And 140 degrees for the rear. That combination gives you really broad coverage, minimizes those dangerous blind spots.
Definitely want to avoid those. Now, something that struck me was what you actually get in the box. It's not just the cameras, right?
No, and this is a big plus. They include a ROVE Pro 128GB micro SD card right there.
That's huge. You don't have to immediately go buy one separately.
Exactly. It's ready to roll, pretty much. And 128 gigs is quite a bit of storage for loop recording.
Yeah, it'll hold a lot. What else is in there?
You also get a dual USB fast car charger, which is handy. Two kinds of mounts, a suction cup one and a 3M sticky mount.
So options depending on your preference.
Right. Plus all the power and data cables, cable clips to keep things tidy, and even a little plastic trim tool to help hide the wires.
Wow, they really seem to have thought about the whole installation process.
It definitely seems like they're aiming for a user-friendly, out-of-the-box experience. You get the dual recording, the card. It's a solid value proposition right from the start for comprehensive coverage.
Okay, so that's the basics covered. Let's get into the hood. What's the advanced tech that makes this more than just, a recorder?
Right, this is where it gets interesting. The front camera uses a Sony IMX675 Starvis 2 image sensor.
Starvis 2. What does that mean for the user?
It's specifically designed for excellent performance in low light. Think clearer images at dusk, dawn, or even night. It's a big step up in capturing detail when light is scarce.
So it's not just about 4K resolution, it's about usable 4K, even when it's dark.
Precisely. And complementing that sensor are the apertures f1.5 on the front camera, f1.8 on the rear.
Wider apertures mean more light.
Exactly. They let significantly more light hit the sensor, boosting brightness and clarity, especially at night or, say, in parking garages or tunnels. They also mentioned their 2024 Super Night Vision low light capture technology.
Okay, so night vision sounds pretty solid. That's critical for things like reading license plates.
Absolutely.
How easy is it to get the footage off the camera? Say, if something happens.
That's where the built-in Wi-Fi comes in. It's dual band, so it supports both 5 gigahertz and 2.4 gigahertz.
5 gigahertz is faster, right?
Much faster, yeah. They claim download speeds up to 20 megabytes per second directly to your smartphone using the RUV app.
So no fiddling with pulling the microSD card out roadside. Just connect with your phone.
That's the idea. The app lets you view the live feed, download recordings, manage settings, share clips, and even update the camera's firmware wirelessly. They call it OTA, over-the-air updates.
Convenient. And I saw it has GPS too.
Built-in GPS, yes. It displays your real-time speed and a compass direction on the camera's 3-inch screen.
But it also records that data.
It does. It embeds precise driving routes, locations, and speed stamps right onto the video files. That can be incredibly useful as evidence.
I could see that.
And you can use ROV's free GPS player software on your computer, PC, or Mac to watch the videos back with a map showing the route and speed data synced up.
Okay, interesting. Now, durability. Cars get hot, they get cold. How does it handle that?
Good question. Instead of a typical lithium-ion battery, it uses a built-in supercapacitor.
Supercapacitor. What's the benefit there?
They're much more resistant to extreme temperatures, both hot and cold, compared to batteries which can degrade, swell, or even fail in those conditions. So it should lead to a longer lifespan and better reliability inside a car.
That makes sense. A very practical feature. And storage. We mentioned it comes with 128 GB.
Yes, but it actually supports cards up to a massive 1 terabyte.
1 terabyte?
Yeah, that's a huge amount of footage capacity if you need it. And one more key feature, parking mode.
Ah, right. Recording even when the car's parked.
Exactly. It offers a custom 24/7 parking mode with voice guidance. You get 3 options. A time-lapse mode recording at 1 frame per second to save space. Motion detection, where it records if it sees movement near the car. And collision detection, which uses the G sensor to record if the car is bumped.
But you need something extra for that, don't you?
You do. It requires a hardwire kit sold separately. That kit connects the camera directly to your car's fuse box, providing constant power even when the ignition is off.
Got it. And if something does happen while parked?
The camera records a 1-minute video clip, locks it to prevent overwriting, and then gives you a voice alert the next time you start the car, saying something like, parking mode event detected.
So you know to check the footage.
Right.
Okay, so if you pull all that together, the Star-V sensor, the 5G Wi-Fi, GPS, the supercapacitor parking mode, it really does sound like it's more than just a basic camera.
Absolutely. It feels like it's designed as a comprehensive safety and evidence tool, not just a passive recorder.
So that's the tech. But what does it mean for actual users? You mentioned thousands of reviews. This thing has a 4.5 out of 5-star average from over 5,000 ratings.
Yeah, and over 10,000 bought just in the last month, according to Amazon. That's significant volume.
It really is. So looking at those reviews, what are people saying? What stands out about actually using it?
Well, one of the big positives seems to be ease of installation.
Okay.
People frequently mention it being easy to set up, praising the well-written instructions. They liked the tips for hiding wires, calling it simple plug and play.
That's good news for DIRs. Any caveats there?
A few. Some owners of specific cars, like certain Mazdas or Jeep Grand Cherokees, apparently found hardwiring it for parking mode a bit tricky due to the fuse box location. Some needed professional help or found alternative connectors.
Okay. So hardwiring might depend on your car model, but general setup sounds good. How about just, does it work?
Generally, yes. Customers report it works great and does what it's supposed to do, and the video quality gets consistent praise.
Ah, the 4K front camera we talked about.
Exactly. People call it crisp, clear, and importantly, many highlight being able to read license plates, even at night. That's a key test for a dash cam. Someone even called it amazing image quality for the price.
That ties right back to that Star-V sensor and wide aperture. Sounds like it delivers. What about the overall feel, the value?
Users describe it as reliable, solid, durable. The general feeling is it offers great value for money. There was even one reviewer who compared it favorably to a Garmin dash cam that cost much more.
Interesting comparison. And the current price?
Right now, it's listed at $129.99, which they say is 35% off the list price. Plus, there's often a coupon available, like a $20 off one right now.
So under $110 potentially with the card included. That does sound like strong value. Was there anything people didn't like? Any common complaints?
Yes, the Wi-Fi connection seemed to be a point of, well, mixed experiences.
Oh, how so?
Some users had 0 issues. They said things like, awesome phone connectivity, never had connection problems, praised the app's ease of use.
Okay, sounds ideal.
But others definitely struggled. We saw comments like, connection never worked, or people having difficulty in initially connecting the camera to their phone's Wi-Fi.
That's quite a divide. Any idea why?
It's hard to say from just the reviews. Could be anything from the specific phone model, the Wi-Fi environment around the car, maybe user error in the setup process, or perhaps inconsistencies in the app or firmware for some people.
Right. So while the core recording seems solid, the convenience of quickly getting footage via Wi-Fi might be hit or miss for some users.
That seems to be the main area with inconsistent feedback. It's definitely something to be aware of.
But on a more positive note regarding potential issues, customer service.
That received high marks, actually. Users praised the support team for being responsive and effective in troubleshooting problems, even helping out with replacing defective units.
That's really important. Good support can make a huge difference if you do run into trouble.
Absolutely. It adds a layer of confidence to the purchase.
Okay, so beyond the camera itself, are there other things to consider, like accessories or protection?
Yeah, ROV offers a couple of bundles. One includes the R2 4K DUAL with a CPL filter.
CPL filter. What does that do?
It's a circular polarizer lens. Basically, think of it like polarized sunglasses for your dash cam lens.
Ah, Cuts down glare.
Exactly. It reduces reflections off your dashboard and the windshield, especially on bright sunny days. Can make the video significantly clearer by reducing that washed out look from glare.
Okay, useful add-on. And the other bundle.
That includes the hardwire kit we mentioned earlier, the one needed for the 247 parking mode. So you can get it all together if you know you want that feature.
Makes sense. And then there were those protection plans you sometimes see offered on Amazon.
Right, often provided by third-party companies like Surian. They offer extended protection beyond the standard manufacturer warranty.
What kind of things do they typically cover?
Usually accidental damage drops, spills, cracked screens, or parts and breakdowns after the manufacturer's warranty expires. Often things like power surge protection are covered from day one.
And the cost?
For this kind of device, you might see options like a 2-year plan for around $17 or a 3-year plan for maybe $24. They usually state no additional costs for approved repairs, covering parts, labor, and shipping.
Seems reasonable for peace of mind. How do claims work?
They generally aim for a quick online process, often approving claims within minutes. Depending on the issue, they might send you an e-gift card for the purchase price to buy a replacement or arrange for repair or replacement of the unit itself.
Okay. And there was a monthly option, too.
Yes, sometimes you see something like a Complete Protect plan, maybe around $17 a month. The interesting thing about those is they often cover all your eligible Amazon purchases, past and future, up to a certain claim limit per year.
Wow, so not just the dash cam.
Potentially, yes. It's a different model, more like broad electronics insurance through Amazon. You'd need to check the specific terms, of course.
Interesting. So those plans are basically for hedging against accidents or failures down the line, especially for something sitting in a car all day.
Exactly. It's an extra layer of security for your investment,
Right.
recognizing that electronics in a vehicle face a tough environment.
All right, so we've really dug into this Rove R2 4K D-Whale. We've covered the impressive specs like the dual recording, the 4K front, that Sony Starvis 2 sensor for night vision.
The fast 5G Wi-Fi, the built-in GPS, the supercapacitor for durability.
And we looked at what thousands of users are actually saying, the good, like the easy setup and great video quality, and the sometimes tricky Wi-Fi connection.
Plus the options for enhancing it with filters or hardwire kits and protecting it with those Assurian plans.
So for you, the listener, thinking about getting a dash cam, it seems clear this RV model offers a really strong set of features for its price point. Looks like a very compelling option if you're after comprehensive recording and that bit of extra security on the road.
Definitely competitive. And considering all this tech packed into a standalone device today, it makes you think, here's something to ponder. With car manufacturers increasingly building safety features, cameras, and connectivity directly into the vehicle's own systems, and with AI starting to analyze driving footage, how might that change the future? Will we still need standalone dash cams like this ROV R2 4K DUAL in, say, 5 or 10 years?
An interesting point.
Or will their function become fully integrated? And if it does, what new questions does that raise about data privacy, access, or even ethics when the car itself is constantly watching and potentially analyzing?